Ladies and gentlemen, the holiday season is a time of reflection. It's a season where gratitude fills the air, but also where regrets can whisper in the background. Today, I want to talk to you about something profound, how you can become someone else's biggest regret this Christmas, not in bitterness, but as a reminder of what they missed by not recognizing your growth, your value, and your unwavering journey toward becoming the best version of yourself. Let's break it down into 5 key points, just like we break down the path to success step by step, with purpose and clarity. Growth is one of life's most powerful forces, an undeniable beacon that signals progress, resilience, and transformation. It's not something that can be faked or borrowed. It must be cultivated with intention, discipline, and a relentless drive to improve. This Christmas, imagine being in a room with people who once doubted you, who dismissed your potential, or who underestimated your capacity for greatness. Now, envision them looking at you with a mix of awe and regret because your growth has become innumerable. When you work on yourself with consistency and passion, the results speak louder than any words ever could. Growth changes everything about you, your energy, your confidence, and even the way you interact with the world. It's not about being boastful or seeking validation. Rather, it's about standing so firmly in your progress that others can't help but take notice. True growth is magnetic. It pulls people in, it challenges their preconceived notions, and it forces them to confront their own stagnation. Growth begins on the inside, far away from the opinions of others. It starts in those quiet moments when you choose discipline over comfort, focus over distraction, and purpose over convenience. Maybe last year you were struggling to find your footing, unsure of where your path would lead. This year, however, you've invested in yourself. You've read the books, practiced the habits, and taken the steps that others weren't willing to take. You've built a foundation that is sturdy and unshakable, and now it's time to let that foundation support the life you've been dreaming of. One of the most profound aspects of growth is its cumulative nature. Small, consistent actions compound over time, creating results that are nothing short of extraordinary. Maybe you started waking up earlier to focus on your goals, or you made a commitment to your health, or you decided to surround yourself with people who inspire you instead of those who drain you. Each choice, though seemingly small in the moment, has led you to this point, a point where your progress can no longer be ignored. Growth doesn't require a loud announcement or a dramatic reveal. In fact, the most authentic growth often goes unnoticed at first because it happens quietly in the background while everyone else is distracted. But when it becomes visible, it's undeniable. It's in the way you carry yourself, the confidence in your voice, and the clarity in your vision. It's in the way you show up for challenges, no longer daunted by obstacles, but eager to overcome them. This Christmas, as you gather with friends, family, and acquaintances, let your growth be your silent statement. Those who doubted you or failed to see your potential will feel the weight of their misjudgment. They'll see that you've become someone worth noticing, not because you demanded their attention, but because your progress is impossible to ignore. Imagine someone who once dismissed your ambitions realizing that you've surpassed their expectations. They'll reflect on the times they doubted you, and that regret will settle in, not because you wanted to prove them wrong, but because you chose to prove yourself right. Growth is not about revenge or validation. It's about honoring your potential and becoming the person you were always meant to be. When you focus on growth, you transform your mindset. You stop being reactive and start being proactive. You no longer seek external approval because your internal compass guides you. You set boundaries that protect your peace and align your actions with your values. This kind of transformation doesn't just change how others see you, it changes how you see yourself. Growth also has a ripple effect. When others witness your progress, it challenges them to reflect on their own lives. It inspires them to ask questions. If they can achieve that, what's stopping me? Your journey becomes a mirror, showing them what's possible if they too are willing to put in the work. In this way, your growth becomes a gift, not just to yourself, but to everyone around you. As you celebrate this holiday season, remember that your growth is a reflection of your choices, your effort, and your resilience. It's a testament to your ability to adapt, to learn, and to rise above challenges. It's a reminder that the version of yourself you were last year is no longer who you are today. And that's a beautiful thing. Let those who underestimated you have their moment of reflection. Let them feel the weight of their regret for not recognizing your potential sooner. But more importantly, let your growth be a light that guides others toward their own transformation. After all, the best way to inspire change in others is to embody it yourself. So this Christmas, don't feel the need to explain your journey or seek acknowledgement for your progress. Simply be. Be the person you've worked so hard to become. Be the person who chose growth over comfort, resilience over resignation, and purpose over procrastination. Your growth will speak for itself, louder and clearer than any words ever could. And as it does, let it remind you of the incredible power you hold to transform your life, and in turn, to inspire others to transform theirs. Kindness is one of the most underestimated forces in human relationships. It has the power to heal wounds, bridge divides, and leave lasting impressions on even the hardest of hearts. Yet kindness often takes people by surprise, especially when it's extended to those who may not have shown it to us in return. This holiday season, as emotions run high and memories resurface, consider the profound impact of showing kindness they didn't expect. When we think about kindness, it's easy to view it as a simple gesture, a smile, a kind word, or a small act of service. While those expressions are valuable, true kindness goes much deeper. It's not just about how we treat others when it's easy or convenient. It's about how we respond when we have every reason to withhold it. It's about rising above resentment, judgment, and past disappointments to extend grace in a way that disarms and humbles. This Christmas, you may find yourself interacting with people who have underestimated, ignored, or even hurt you. It might be a family member who doubted your abilities, a friend who drifted away when you needed them most, or someone who unfairly judged you without taking the time to understand you. Your first instinct might be to create distance, to protect yourself from further harm, or to withhold the warmth of your presence. But what if you chose a different path? What if, instead of shutting down, you opened your heart and showed them kindness they didn't see coming? Kindness in this context doesn't mean forgetting or dismissing the past. It doesn't mean excusing poor behavior or pretending that hurtful actions didn't affect you. Instead, it's about choosing to rise above. It's about acknowledging your own growth and strength and using those qualities to create an atmosphere of grace and compassion. When you show kindness unexpectedly, it's not just an act of generosity, it's a declaration of your character. Imagine the surprise on someone's face when you greet them warmly, despite their past indifference. Picture the ripple effect of a kind gesture offered to someone who once overlooked you. These moments don't just change the dynamic between you and them, they have the power to shift their perspective on how relationships can work. Regret begins to take root when people realize they've taken kindness for granted or dismissed someone who chose to offer it unconditionally. Unexpected kindness can also disarm hostility. It's easy for others to justify their actions when they expect defensiveness or coldness in return. But when you respond with understanding and grace, you take away the ammunition. It's difficult to hold on to resentment when confronted with genuine goodwill. Kindness in this way becomes a tool for breaking cycles of negativity and creating opportunities for reconciliation. Of course, showing kindness when it's least expected isn't always easy. It requires emotional maturity, self-awareness, and a commitment to valuing your peace over any momentary satisfaction that retaliation might bring. It means letting go of the need to prove yourself to others and instead focusing on proving to yourself that you're capable of being the person you aspire to be. The beauty of kindness lies in its reciprocity. While it might not always be returned in the moment, it often plants seeds that grow over time. Someone who receives unexpected kindness might not immediately express gratitude, but that gesture will stay with them. They'll remember the warmth they felt, the forgiveness they didn't anticipate, and the way it made them reflect on their own actions. In this way, your kindness becomes a gift that continues to give long after the moment has passed. Kindness also has a profound impact on the giver. When you choose kindness over anger or indifference, you free yourself from the burden of negativity. You reclaim your energy and redirect it towards something meaningful. Rather than dwelling on the past or holding on to grudges, you create space for positivity and growth. You remind yourself that you have the power to influence the tone and direction of your interactions, regardless of how others behave. This Christmas, as you navigate gatherings, conversations, and memories, look for opportunities to show kindness where it's least expected. Offer a compliment to someone who's often critical. Listen intently to someone who usually talks over you. Extend a hand to someone who has let you down in the past. These actions may seem small, but their impact can be monumental. They create moments of connection and understanding, moments that might be remembered long after the gifts are unwrapped and the festivities are over. Kindness, when given freely and unexpectedly, is a form of power. It's not about dominance or control, but about the ability to transform the atmosphere around you. It's a quiet strength that speaks volumes about who you are and what you stand for. This Christmas, let your kindness be a reflection of your growth, your resilience, and your commitment to living with integrity. Let it be a reminder that no matter how others have treated you, you always have the choice to respond in a way that uplifts and inspires. And remember, the impact of kindness isn't measured by immediate reactions or visible outcomes. It's measured by the lasting impression it leaves on the hearts of those who receive it. Whether they express their gratitude or keep it to themselves, whether they recognize the value of your kindness now or later, you'll know that you've given something priceless. You'll know that you've chosen the higher path. And in doing so, you'll not only elevate yourself, you'll create a ripple effect of goodwill that can touch countless lives. Absence, when deliberate and purposeful, can be one of the most powerful ways to communicate your growth and value. It's a silent, unspoken message that resonates far beyond words. It's not about creating distance out of anger or spite, but about prioritizing your peace, protecting your energy, and making it clear that your time and presence are precious. This Christmas, let your absence speak volumes not out of malice, but as a reflection of your growth, your worth, and the choices you've made to surround yourself with the right people and environments. There's a unique power in absence that presence sometimes cannot achieve. When you're always available, always saying yes, and always putting yourself in places that don't honor your value, your presence can become taken for granted. People may assume that you'll always be there, no matter how they treat you or fail to acknowledge your contributions. But when you remove yourself from spaces that don't serve you, people are forced to confront what it means to no longer have access to you. Imagine a holiday gathering where your absence is felt. Maybe it's a family event where you've always been the one to bring people together, offer support, or create a warm atmosphere. This year, your absence leaves a void that others can't ignore. Perhaps it's a friend group where you've been the one to initiate plans, provide encouragement, or hold the group together. Without you, the dynamics shift and the loss is undeniable. This isn't about punishing anyone, it's about demonstrating that your presence was never something to be overlooked or undervalued. Letting your absence be powerful starts with recognizing your own worth. It's about understanding that you have the right to choose where and with whom you spend your time. This realization often comes after moments of reflection, where you've evaluated the relationships and environments in your life. You've likely asked yourself questions like, do these people appreciate me? Do I feel uplifted and supported here? Am I giving too much of myself without receiving the same energy in return? These questions can be difficult to confront, but they're essential for growth. Once you've identified where your energy isn't being reciprocated, the next step is making the decision to step back. This can be uncomfortable at first, especially if you're someone who's used to prioritizing others or avoiding conflict. But stepping back isn't about creating drama or tension, it's about creating space for yourself to grow. It's about giving yourself permission to prioritize your well-being and surround yourself with people and places that align with your values. When you let your absence be powerful, you're also giving others an opportunity to reflect. Sometimes people don't realize the depth of your contributions until they're no longer there. They may have taken your kindness, your support, or your consistency for granted, simply because they never imagined life without it. Your absence forces them to confront the gap you leave behind, and that can lead to moments of regret, self-awareness, and even transformation. However, it's important to approach this process with grace and intention. Letting your absence be powerful isn't about holding grudges or proving a point. It's about setting boundaries and protecting your energy in a way that honors your growth. When others notice your absence, it should inspire reflection, not resentment. This requires you to act with integrity and ensure that your decision to step back is rooted in self-respect, not retaliation. Absence also creates space for your own growth. When you remove yourself from environments that drain you, you free up time and energy to focus on the things that truly matter. You can invest in your personal development, pursue your goals, and nurture relationships that are reciprocal and fulfilling. This process of realignment allows you to become the best version of yourself, and when you eventually re-enter certain spaces or choose not to, you'll do so from a place of strength and clarity. There's a saying that absence makes the heart grow fonder, and while that may not always be the case, absence does create an opportunity for others to reevaluate their behavior. It gives people the chance to ask themselves why you've stepped back and what they might need to do differently to rebuild or maintain a connection with you. This doesn't guarantee change, of course, but it does set the stage for more intentional and meaningful interactions in the future. This Christmas, as you consider where and how you spend your time, remember that your presence is a gift. It's not something to be given lightly or without thought. If there are spaces or relationships that no longer align with your values or honor your worth, don't be afraid to step back. Trust that your absence will speak volumes, not as a punishment, but as a testament to your growth and self-respect. Letting your absence be powerful isn't about disappearing or cutting ties entirely. It's about making intentional choices that prioritize your well-being and communicate your value. It's about allowing others to see what they've lost while you focus on what you're gaining: peace, clarity, and the freedom to grow. This Christmas, embrace the power of absence, not as a rejection of others, but as an affirmation of yourself. Building in silence is one of the most underrated strategies for achieving success. In a world where everyone is eager to announce their goals, share their progress, and seek validation, there is a profound strength in working quietly, away from the noise. It's not about hiding your aspirations or being secretive. It's about channeling all your energy into the process rather than into seeking recognition for the process. This Christmas, let your silent efforts speak for themselves. While others are caught up in distractions, you'll be quietly laying the foundation for something extraordinary. When you build in silence, you eliminate the external pressures that come with announcing your intentions prematurely. Too often, people share their dreams with the world before they've even begun to put in the work. While this can provide a temporary boost of excitement, it often leads to unnecessary scrutiny, unsolicited advice, and even doubts from others. These distractions can pull you away from your path or cause you to second-guess yourself. By keeping your efforts to yourself, you create a protective bubble around your work, allowing it to grow unencumbered by external influences. Silence also allows you to focus on the journey rather than the destination. When you're not seeking validation from others, you're free to concentrate on what truly matters: the quality of your work, the lessons you're learning, and the progress you're making. You're not rushing to achieve milestones for the sake of impressing others. Instead, you're moving at your own pace, driven by your own internal motivation. This kind of focus not only leads to better results, but also cultivates a deeper sense of fulfillment. Building in silence doesn't mean isolating yourself or rejecting support from those who genuinely care about you. It means being selective about who you share your journey with. Not everyone needs to know your plans or see your progress. Some people might not understand your vision, while others might unintentionally project their own fears or limitations onto you. By keeping your circle small and intentional, you surround yourself with people who uplift and encourage you without needing to be impressed by you. One of the most beautiful aspects of building in silence is the element of surprise. When you've been working quietly, the results speak for themselves when the time comes to reveal them. Imagine the impact of achieving a goal and letting the outcome do the talking. Whether it's a promotion you've worked for, a business you've built, or a personal transformation you've undergone, the unveiling of your efforts will carry more weight because it's rooted in genuine progress, not in a narrative you've been constructing along the way. Working in silence also fosters resilience. When you're not constantly seeking applause or feedback, you develop a stronger sense of self-reliance. You learn to trust your instincts, stay committed to your vision, and navigate challenges without needing external validation to keep you going. This resilience becomes a crucial asset when faced with setbacks, as you've already cultivated the discipline to keep moving forward, even when no one is watching. Additionally, silence shields you from unnecessary criticism during the early stages of your efforts. It's natural for people to have opinions, but those opinions aren't always helpful, especially when your ideas are still taking shape. Building in silence gives you the space to experiment, make mistakes, and refine your approach without feeling the weight of outside judgment. By the time your work is ready to be shared, it will be stronger, more polished, and better able to withstand scrutiny. There's also a psychological benefit to working quietly. When you're not announcing your every move, you free yourself from the pressure to perform for an audience. This allows you to stay connected to your why, the deeper reason behind your efforts. Without the distraction of external validation, you're able to maintain a sense of authenticity and purpose. Your work becomes an expression of who you are, not a performance for others. This Christmas, as the world gets caught up in the rush of celebrations and resolutions, let yourself be different. While others are making public declarations about their goals for the new year, focus on your quiet progress. Celebrate your small wins privately. Take pride in the steps you're taking, no matter how small they might seem. Remember, it's not about how loudly you proclaim your intentions, it's about how consistently you work toward them. Over time, the fruits of your silent labor will become undeniable. People will notice the results not because you told them to, but because the impact of your work will speak for itself. Whether it's a career breakthrough, a personal milestone, or a transformation in your mindset, the quiet effort you've put in will shine through in ways that no announcement ever could. Building in silence is a testament to your strength, discipline, and commitment. It's a declaration that your value isn't tied to how many people are watching, but to the quality of the work you're doing. It's a reminder that the greatest successes often come from the quietest beginnings. So keep going, keep building, and let your silence be the foundation for something extraordinary. When the time is right, the world will see what you've been working on, and they'll be inspired by the depth of your dedication and the power of your quiet resolve. In a world that often feels filled with challenges, uncertainty, and distractions, becoming an inspiration is one of the most profound ways to leave a lasting legacy. Being an inspiration isn't about perfection or having all the answers. It's about living in a way that uplifts others, encourages them to believe in themselves, and shows them what's possible when they embrace their potential. To be the inspiration they'll never forget, you must lead by example, embody resilience, and demonstrate the power of authenticity. Inspiration begins with action. Words can be powerful, but they carry little weight if they aren't backed by consistent effort. When people see you pursuing your dreams, overcoming obstacles, and refusing to give up, it sparks something within them. They begin to see that if you can do it, they can too. Your actions become a mirror, reflecting the strength and possibilities that lie within them. It's not about being flawless, it's about showing up, doing the work, and persisting even when the odds are against you. Living as an inspiration means embracing your unique journey. Too often, people hesitate to share their stories because they feel their struggles or successes aren't significant enough. But the truth is, inspiration doesn't come from a single extraordinary moment. It comes from the way you navigate life's everyday challenges. Whether you're starting a business, raising a family, pursuing a creative passion, or simply striving to be the best version of yourself, your journey has the power to resonate with others. Authenticity is key. When you're genuine about your experiences, both the highs and the lows, people connect with your humanity. They see themselves in your story and draw strength from your example. Being an inspiration also means demonstrating resilience. Life will inevitably throw setbacks and disappointments your way, but how you respond to those moments defines the message you send to others. When you face adversity with courage and determination, you show that challenges aren't the end, they're opportunities for growth. Your resilience becomes a beacon for others, guiding them through their own struggles and reminding them that they too can overcome. One of the most impactful ways to inspire is by lifting others up. Inspiration isn't a solo journey, it's something that multiplies when shared. Take the time to mentor, encourage, and support those around you. Share your knowledge, celebrate their achievements, and remind them of their worth when they doubt themselves. Small gestures, offering a listening ear, giving heartfelt advice, or simply showing kindness can leave a lasting impression. People remember how you make them feel, and when you uplift them, you create a ripple effect of positivity and hope. Inspiration also requires a commitment to growth. It's not about reaching a destination and stopping, it's about continually striving to improve, learn, and expand your horizons. When people see you actively working on yourself, they're reminded that growth is a lifelong journey. Whether it's developing a new skill, adopting healthier habits, or cultivating a more positive mindset, your commitment to self-improvement inspires others to do the same. To be unforgettable in your inspiration, you must also lead with integrity. Integrity is the foundation of trust, and without it, even the most impressive achievements can feel hollow. Living with integrity means staying true to your values, keeping your promises, and treating others with respect. It's about doing the right thing, even when no one is watching. When people see that you live with authenticity and moral clarity, they're drawn to your example and motivated to uphold the same standards in their own lives. Another crucial element of inspiration is vision. People are naturally drawn to those who have a clear sense of purpose and direction. When you're passionate about your goals and articulate about your mission, it ignites a spark in others. Your vision doesn't have to be grand or world-changing, it just needs to be meaningful to you. Whether you're advocating for a cause, creating art, or simply striving to bring joy to others, your passion will inspire those around you to discover and pursue their own purpose. Inspiration often stems from moments of vulnerability. Sharing your struggles, fears, and failures can be just as powerful as showcasing your triumphs. Vulnerability allows others to see that they're not alone in their challenges. It creates connection and fosters empathy. When you're honest about your journey, people are more likely to see your success as attainable rather than something out of reach. Vulnerability doesn't weaken your influence, it strengthens it, because it shows that inspiration comes from real, imperfect people who choose to rise above their circumstances. Finally, being the inspiration they'll never forget means leaving a legacy. It's about the impact you have on others, not just in the present moment, but for years to come. Your words, actions, and choices create a lasting imprint on the people you touch. Whether it's a child who looks up to you, a friend who relies on your encouragement, or a stranger who's moved by your kindness, your influence can ripple outward in ways you may never fully realize. By living with purpose, compassion, and authenticity, you ensure that your legacy is one of empowerment and hope. Becoming an unforgettable inspiration isn't about striving for accolades or recognition, it's about living in a way that enriches the lives of others. It's about showing up fully, embracing your journey, and leading with your heart. When you commit to being the best version of yourself and use your experiences to uplift those around you, you create a legacy that will endure. You become the person they'll never forget, the one who reminded them of their own potential, showed them what's possible, and inspired them to believe in themselves.